Hello and welcome to Slayer Society, a special one-shot brought to you by the itmeJP network in collaboration with that that bronze girl. I don't think
Nice.
I have a network.
Wow.
Nice.
It fell apart.
Yeah,
It fell apart.
It fell
fast.
apart
You were
so
there.
quickly.
You were there.
Yes. But hello and welcome. Today we're playing some D&D 5e, one time only. Get it while it's hot. Let's introduce our fabulous cast before we go any further. An aficionado of the gaming scene since the 1800s. JP, take it away.
That's correct. I've been here for 200 years. I'm Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers, and you're all fucked. Okay, I'm gonna get Dan. You want to be Zed? You want to be
I'll
the
be
red guy?
Zed.
Okay, Dan.
I just gotta remove my skin. I'll do it.
Yeah. Dan, welcome Zed to the show. Glad to have you here. How's it going?
Thank you. Not bad, my lovely lady.
Oh God, I hate this already. Stop.
Yeah.
Jesus, you went too far.
Zesty.
They were a couple for thousands of years.
Were they a couple? Is
Yeah.
that Power Ranger lore?
Uh-huh. Yeah. In the later seasons, which were not great, they were married. Or at least dating. They never really specified it. But yeah.
Yeah, they didn't put a
No
name
one
on
can
it.
put them in a box.
I guess
They
not.
didn't put a name on
I
it.
guess not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean Jerry is Ivan Ooze? Can Jerry be Ivan Ooze then if we're going to continue this Power Rangers villains joke?
I don't feel like Jerry has Ivan Ooze energy.
Who does then?
Luxie.
I feel like
Look, I'm glad
like,
you
don't
said
tell
it
me.
because I can't say it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get canceled on Twitter if I say that.
It
It's
has,
over
the
for
call
me.
has to come from inside the house.
Luxie was just talking about how she's good at pissing people off. So then
That's
therefore,
Ivan Ooze.
like that's Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
I had to Google
Yeah.
Ivan Ooze, but I'm really liking his look. I'll take it.
Oh, that's right. You're a Zoomer. How the hell did you get in this group?
I just want to say,
I'm not a Zoomer. I'm almost
If
30.
you don't know who Ivan Ooze is, that's big Zoomer energy.
That's the real test.
Yes.
That's the
I
real
want
test.
you to know that
That's the test.
I basically grew up like a homeschool kid. Like I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob. So I'm fresh to the world, like a
I'm
newborn
so sorry.
bab.
Power Rangers,
Thank
the
you.
movie came out in 95. I don't think you were born yet when that movie came out, Luxie.
I was born, but I was 2.
93.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Jerry's a Zordon.
Yeah, Jerry's Zordon. That's foolish of me to not go there.
Well, then what does that leave you as, Sam?
I'm
Sam?
Alpha 5.
No. Sam is the Green Ranger. Tommy. He's the white/Green Ranger. That's him.
That's the best one.
I mean, he's got
That's
the hair
a huge
already.
compliment. Yeah, no, that's a huge
He's
compliment.
got the hair. He's got the hair. That's all it is.
But Luxie was born too late, and I was born too early to have any idea what you're talking about.
You never saw the Power Rangers movie?
Dude, I don't know any of the things. I don't know. There's an ooze, apparently. That's
He's
the
in the
only
movie.
piece of information I have.
That's
I'm
what-
sure you're right. I know there's some
There's a
kind of
picture me on
Zord.
Google as the-
After
Isn't that
this, we
right?
can
I guess
get
that's
together
my
and
goal.
start like a little watch party, and we'll watch the Power Rangers movie together.
No,
That's
I
correct.
will definitely ride along, on a Power Rangers thing. But I know there's some kind of a Zord, and that it's large. That's the only lore I have. But yeah, see, I'm basically there.
Yeah, you're there. You're there. Bronze, isn't hosting a D&D one-shot really fun with these people where we just can't stay on track whatsoever? And you got to reel us back in. You got to bring us
I mean,
away
I
from...
still leave that to you. I am not
You're not-
the real in person.
Wait, so when I said, Bronze, do you want to host this? You said, wink.
I did.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I did host
Okay.
it. This is great. This
Hold on.
pre-show banter.
is this
How
like a
can, you
mom
can't put
and
a price
dad?
tag on this.
Is this like a mom and dad situation?
I look, I don't want to step on
Listen.
Jesse Cox's toes, okay? Bronze is promised, and that's, I don't,
We're on our 9th divorce, okay?
yeah, I don't get involved in that process. I stay out of it.
Me
Twice.
and Jesse Cox have been married and divorced 9 times.
That's correct.
I haven't been invited to a single wedding. I'm furious.
They don't do
They don't
weddings.
last that long.
Yeah.
Just
There's
straight
no
to Vegas
weddings.
and then out again.
Yeah, we run
They're
away
all-
to
they're all
Las
Vegas
Vegas and then
drive-thrus.
we break up on the drive home.
That's correct. Yeah. Everyone says the 10th time is the charm, though. That's
Oh,
what that's an age-old saying. A tale
Who
as old as
knows?
time, as they say.
Find out next Monday on MCU Crew whether Jesse and Bronze's marriage will last through the week.
Nice. I like the cross-pollination and promotion. You're doing great, bro.
You didn't give me any beats. I said, "What are my beats?" And you said, "There are no beats." So this
Sam
is what you
dropped
get.
the beats, and I thought you heard it loud and clear. I thought you were good.
You didn't follow up.
We're playing D&D, Bronze. Let's start there.
Mhm.
What are we doing?
We're playing some D&D 5th edition. It's homebrew. So if you ask me where this stuff is from, it's from my big, beautiful brain because I am too lazy to memorize someone else's module. I
Nice.
don't really do pre-written material. I'm not good at doing pre-written material. So if something seems different or off to you, it's most likely because I made it. And this is the unfortunate situation our players find themselves in today at my mercy.
Uh-oh.
Should we get into it?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm making a note of the time.
All right. I'm going to switch to the all-incredible overlay. Let's hope something doesn't explode.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're good. We can play. Everything
Okay.
seems to be automated.
This frame is also so much nicer because I don't have to sit as far back.
Yeah, it's not up. Yeah, exactly.
I feel
It's
like
not
a
up your
chat can see
nose.
every pore.
Yeah. All right, Bronze, what's going on? Where are we at? What are we doing?
All right. So we find ourselves at the large city of Sirad, a city where magic has led to great prosperity for the inhabitants. Situated on a large plain right at the foothills of a treacherous mountain range, this small village has lived in relative peace and prosperity for a long time. Unfortunately, they found that the same resources that have allowed them unprecedented access to technology, arcana, and the wisdom of the ages comes at a bit of a price. For the small town is perched on what they have recently found to be is a Titan's graveyard. Through their greedy and treacherous digging and delving into the mountainside, the people here have occasionally come across beings and remains reanimated through their own arcana that they have been unable to control. And thus, the Slayers Society was formed 80 years ago to help dispatch and bring to heel these ancient, treacherous beasts. And it is at this self-same Slayers Society we find ourselves today. Now, some of the people here are looking for glory. Some of you might just be working off community service. But the undeniable truth of the Slayers Society is early retirement happens more often than people would like, and Slayers often don't live to see old ages. And when they do, they're 40-year-olds with the knees of 80-year-olds, and sometimes fingers missing to match. The Slayer Society headquarters is perched not in the plains down below the mountains, in Felania's Fingers, which is the mountain range that you're in now, but actually higher up in the peaks themselves in a very large dome-like structure that has been built off the side of the mountain. It is supported with large spectral chains that are kind of secured into the rocky cliffside using pitons and steel that's been specially forged from dragon bones. And it is in this large structure we find ourselves today. The walls are made of lacquered wood, intricately carved with the names and the deeds of the slayers that have come before you. At the head desk, somewhere behind the counter, we see a large group of Asimar kind of sitting around. One of them sitting across from you, Virgov. Her skin is like liquid emerald, and around her head, she wears moss green chains that kind of come down in an elaborate pattern around her nose and eyes. The accoutrements, this strange hair jewelry, comes down her two braids as well. And she has two beautiful wings, kind of the texture and color of oil slick, dripping down her back and onto the floor.
Yeah.
This ASMR looks you up and down, almost with a little bit of pity, Virgo. What does she see?
I think well, first off, just in terms of rough description, definitely sees a battle hardened slash tired fallen Asmar. I have gold eyes, emerald skin, red hair. I'm about 6'2", 250. Little bit of a belly, but not much. You can't see it. It's usually hidden by armor. But my armor's off at this point. And I think I just look very tired. I'm kind of like hunched over and kind of just listening.
So, you've been demoted to field duty.
Oh.
My eyes just kind of, they were looking blankly at the table, and I think they just draw very closely into hers. And I don't say anything. I just kind of stare at her.
Oh, it's quite a pity, don't you know? I can't remember the last time I was out in the field myself. Oh, I think it's been, well, nigh on 20 years. Usually you try to get out of the field, not back into it, you know.
And are we the only people at this table, or are there other people situated?
There's other of your sort of coworkers kind of milling around beside you.
Okay. Are they laughing at this? How are they responding to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them some of them chuckle and a lot of them with the oh yeah, that's a downright shame, don't you know? Like that type of energy.
Ugh.
Okay. Uh, kind of under my breath, not necessarily. Are you done?
Well, I'm sort of your caseworker in this case. I have to make sure that your weekly check-in. How's your mental health doing?
Are you
You
done?
look tired.
I think I just sit back and kind of just wait.
You see her kind of like pick up a piece of parchment, her feather quill kind of like quivering precariously for a moment, and then you see her make a mark while going, well, it might be good for you to go out there, get some fresh air,
Go on.
get some exercise.
Yes, quite.
Does a body good. Get to wee jaunt.
Can we get
out
on
in
with
the
this?
mountain. Right. You know what? You're right. Well, turns out that a good chunk of our upper leadership, we're going to be going to a weapons summit down in the valley. And that will leave you as second in charge here at the headquarters.
I kind of like sit up a little bit, like perk up at that news. Oh, all right. Okay.
And if anything goes wrong in our absence, you'll have another 5 years added to your field service duty.
Understand.
But if you perform admirably in our absence, it could be we take a year or two off. What was it you did again to end up in field duty?
I don't want to talk about it.
I've heard that you slept with the captain's daughter. Is that true?
I think.
Or is that a rumor?
You don't fit. I like slammed my fist out and said, I don't want to talk about it.
Anger management issues. Well, I'll leave you to it. There's a batch of new recruits in the lobby. I suppose you should do your job and onboard them.
Fair enough. Anything else? I look at the rest of the table.
At this, you see a gentleman to your left, kind of like, I don't know, is this person your friend or your enemy?
We'll go friend. One of the few.
Yeah. You see him kind of like nudge you, and he's like, you got this, dude.
I just look at him. I don't need this shit from you. That's like, I kind of smile as well. There's a quick smile as I stand up, start walking towards the
You want
out of the
anything from
room.
the convention? Want me to bring you back like a souvenir or something?
Ugh.
I turn around.
Swag bag?
What am I gonna do with that?
I hear they've got some amazing daggers.
Sure.
Convention
Yes.
exclusives.
Get me an amazing dagger. That will be great. I can't wait to have it.
Yeah, whatever, bro. I'm not bringing you shit. Have fun here, though. He's like slaps you on the back.
Yeah. I just walk out and throw him the bird.
And wielding a large morning star, he carries himself out of the front doors of the hall, passing a strange-looking individual poring over star charts. Horo, what do we see? You're sitting across from a young elf, her hair pulled into 2 buns. It's blonde in nature. Her skin is brown and smattered with freckles, and her eyes are a beautiful amethyst. She's wearing these dark burgundy robes, and she sits across from you. What does she see?
She sees Horo. He's a tanned human. He's got relatively plain-looking robes, a little bit of facial hair. He's not attractive, but he's not ugly. He gets by on charm and guile. He's leant in, propped up on one wrist, gazing towards her. You know, the lunar cosmic has been shrouded as the Phoenix constellation absconds, and I think you might find love today. I think I might too.
Oh, God.
Really? Today?
Today.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I was ready. I was supposed to go on a hunt today, but I can't. What if I get injured? Or what if I die? Well, I guess you can take my hunt then.
The stars advise we hunt together.
Huh. Roll persuasion.
It begins. There we are.
You should have decently high persuasion.
What?
It's an 11.
Okay, it's all right. All right.
Together, but if I go on a hunt with you, then how am I going to find my soulmate?
Well,
I mean, surely, Horo, you wouldn't want to get in the way of the stars.
That's true, I suppose. I guess you're right.
She hands you like a bound up scroll with like a ribbon kind of holding it together. And she says, "You're the best."
He will wait for her to rise and leave, and he just glances at the scroll and he says, "Horo, you've lost another one."
As she moves across the hall, she bumps into you, Vesper. Who does she bump into?
You mean what is Vesper like?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Vesper has a he has a set of sturdy plate armor that is clearly an inheritance. Like it was nice. It was considerable at one point, and now it has the rustic look of something that has a museum like in its destiny. Like this is the sort of thing that like if you were to look at a painting in a church of a great hero, this is sort of the silhouette that it paints. It looks like it looks like it is mostly for display, but this young man has decided that its service life hasn't run its course. He is essentially like just a ball of vibrating energy. It's like a playful puppy in a 6'1" armor clad frame, whose sort of like mailed boot is always sort of stamping against the wood floor. This is the part that he hates. He hates the part before and after the job.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you're gonna hate this part even more. The small elf kind of barrels into you, and as she does, somewhere from within her magenta robes drops 16 different daggers. Oh my god, you've gotten in my way, Vesper, as you most often do. And she angrily starts like picking them up and like stabbing them into the wood of a table nearby. Tunk. Don't you know? Today it's my destiny to meet my lover, not you, Tunk. Why must you always be underfoot? Silly little boy. Tunk. Tunk. I've heard you haven't even made Hunter rank 3 yet. A sad display, if you ask me. Tunk. Tunk each dagger like a dagger into your heart.
Yeah. Say, well, I mean, okay, yeah. So, like, maybe the number on my file isn't, as high as it could be, but you have to understand, heroes have an arc. There's a journey. Like, there's like an underworld. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, like from a literary perspective, but there's a whole arc, and I'm just like at the first part of the arc. This would actually be a great time for you to get involved in my destiny. Frankly, you could get in on the ground floor. Maybe you could be the one that records my great deeds. I mean, that's available to you.
Roll persuasion.
Oh! It had to happen to someone.
She grabs another knife from the floor. This one has a beautiful serpent on the handle with its mouth open at the pommel. She holds it in her hand playfully, and just before she stabs it into the table next to the other 13, she says, "Heroes have an arc. You, Vesper, have a plateau."
I mean, it's just. I mean, I understand. I mean, that's one position that you could take. I'm not sure if you. I mean, are you familiar with the story of Sir Beauregard?
No, regale me.
It's basically like it's like mine, and it turns out great. So we started in the same place, and I think we're going to be going to the same place. I mean, my honestly, long term, big dream, mausoleum, baby. That's what it's about. I'm looking for that long term effect on the culture. Long term.
The only culture you're affecting is my gut culture. You're making me sick.
Oh,
And she
okay.
gathers up her daggers and begins to secure them in their like spots in her robe.
It's like, well, I mean, I guess it could have gone the other way. I guess I could have aided digestion or something. Well, listen. Every time we meet each other here, I'm going to be at a different point in my journey, and you're going to be dealing incredible. You're going to be harming the furniture in the common room. We have to. Let me suggest that that's what your story is about.
My story is above your reading level, Vesper. So it's best you keep the name Solara Sylvanstar in your mouth because you probably can't even pronounce it. Never mind.
That's a big name. I don't even have to eat lunch.
She kind of like rolls her eyes. I have to go find my one and only. The star chart's finally aligned. And she kind of like brushes past you, leaving these big gashes in the table. A large, shapely half-orc comes over to try to like buff them out. You notice she like has a spell scroll in her hand of mending. She
God.
looks over at an aquatic half-elf and says, "Avisa, a hand?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hand.
What does Avisa look like?
Avisa looks, I feel like the best way to describe it is sweaty. You would think that it's like a wetness.
Greasy?
That is exactly the term I would use. You would assume because she's aquatic that maybe it's like a glistening, watery gleam. No, it's sweat. She looks nervous. She is constantly wringing her hands. She can't seem to stand up straight. She's like a tingy, sort of sallow color, like a bluish gray. She looks ill. I feel like most of the people here are concerned, and her clothing is just nothing matches or complements each other. All of her robe pieces are sort of disjointed, and I would say embarrassing.
This strikes a stark contrast to the half orc, the shapely half orc you're speaking to, who, for lack of a better word, is the half orc equivalent of a twink.
Oh,
His
wow, like an
hair
otter
falls.
situation?
Yeah, his hair falls in heartbreaking curls around his face. He has one long scar across the nose. His tusks are a little bit too large for his face, but his eyes are a sea green. Um, yeah, he clearly works out a lot for
Avisa
physique,
will not
not
be
for
looking
strength.
into his eyes at all. I just want you to. She will never notice the color of that
Oh,
man's
he
eyes.
tries
She
to
won't
look
know.
into yours, though. Our good old Faison. Avisa, a hand?
Do you have a hand preference? Yeah,
I just can't seem to read this scroll.
That seems. I feel like you're probably proficient in reading. I'll take this. I'll take the scroll if you want me to read the scroll.
He looks over your shoulder as you're reading. That rune there, what do you think it means?
Sun? Is that the? Oh, is that the sun? Maybe a sunlight?
As you look up, his eyes meet yours. I suppose it could be sunlight.
She's very green eyes, but I think people admire like the tone of green. It's but more of a sickly green in her So is that you? So you would think sun?
Give me an Arcana check. An 8. It's most definitively not the sun. No, I think that's the power word.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay, I was wondering if you knew why you asked. We could consult my books. I have some. I'm sure there's somewhere. I brought at least one of them. If you would like me to.
The table's been ruined by that horrible elf, but you're not like those other elves, are you, Avisa? You seem different.
She just like slicks some of the sweat off her face onto the table. You really think so? Like what part about?
There is a humility to you, like the ocean, vast, deep, yet demanding nothing.
I actually have to use the restroom. I've got to that's very nice. I think she's going to start. Are any of these papers in front of hers? She doesn't know. She's going to start taking them and like and trying to sand. That was very sweet of you. I think Vesper. I think Vesper might need me.
Yes. I do very badly for a thing that we previously discussed.
Thank you, Vesper. I'm just going to plop out my stuff next to Vesper and sort of just scooch closer.
As
yeah,
you
let's
pop down
work on it.
Your stuff next to Vesper, at one table over, you see another Aasimar counselor. This one with her hair in a very large onyx beehive, her skin the color of ash, and her wings kind of like singed at the edges, like she's been in and out of combat quite a bit. She's sitting across from a rogue named Silas. What does she see?
She sees an very, very old looking elf, like probably elves live hundreds of years. This is probably on the far edge, like getting near to the point where he can barely compose himself. He's wrinkled skin, long gray beard, looking not very like he's barely holding it together, but he doesn't want to seem like he's not. He wants to seem young, so he's holding himself like, very taut, and I still have this.
Oh, hi there, Silas. Some people, there's whispers in the guild that maybe you should retire.
That is what just youngins say all the time. And I don't like that. I still got this.
Oh, well, I personally ageism isn't really my bag, and I'm here to make sure that you can thrive in a good environment, but it is my sore duty to inform you that your hunter rank status has been sort of what is a gentle way to say downgraded.
Kill one wrong target, and then they
You
they
gotta get those
downgrade.
cataracts fixed, Silas. It's a bit of a problem.
It was dark, and I didn't have my good eye. One of his eyes is clearly not real, and
Mhm.
is clearly an enchanted orb to help him see, but he can tell it's cheap. It's not a good one.
Well, we sent you after one target, and now a family can't eat because you killed their herd of buffalo, Silas. It is a bit of a predicament.
I just thought he was hairy. I did not know.
It was a lizard creature, so Harry wasn't exactly a part of the description, Silas.
One thing I've learned is not to judge what people should be from you all.
Well, I suppose your heart's in the right place.
I still can be of service. I got this.
Well, while you're on probation, Silas, we're going to have to put you at hunter rank 3. So you'll be working with some fairly green people.
Oh dear God.
But my hope is maybe you can teach them how to be a great hunter. Be sort of not a mentor. I don't know. I don't know what the right word for it would be.
Like grandpa, I could be a grandpa to them. Give them advice.
Oh, well, isn't that a sweet sentiment?
I'll get these youngins where they need to go. I'm good at scouting. That's what I do.
Oh, well, I'll be rooting for you. And she
You
kind of puts a hand on yours. And as she does, she hands you a beautiful dagger. In fact, some of you might recognize it because there is a serpent kind of slithered around the handle, its mouth at the pommel of the dagger.
Ooh, this pretty. Is this yours?
Well, it's mine now.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
I don't like people scuffing up my tables.
Yeah, you know how them are. Them Azamars and some of those younger elves, I don't recognize their generation anymore. We were raised better than that.
Mary says to you, "Oh, yeah. The way they conduct themselves, I just couldn't bring myself to talk to my elders like that."
Whatever happened to manners, or common sense? It's all gone.
Have you seen the way they dress these days?
I know. It's like less is more armor class nowadays. I don't get it.
Well, either way, I hope this finds you safe on your journey, and I hope you can teach these young ones a thing or two about how we did it back in our day.
You are most kind. Thank you.
And this is a magical dagger.
Oh,
It is a dagger of returning +2.
ooh, ooh.
Ooh, thank you.
Mhm. So when tossed, it will return to you. It has a range of 60 feet, and it has a +2 to hit. And damage done with this dagger counts as magical damage.
Yeesh.
Oh, this one's nice. I'm gonna put this right here in my quiver.
Say your
Oh,
quiver.
not my quiver. I meant my slash. Sorry, I didn't get enough sleep last night.
He's so old.
Horo, do you say this in his
Horo-
vicinity?
He's out of his slump. He's picked himself up from his table and he's come and sat next to old Silas. So he draws a chair back as Silas puts the dagger away, and he waves his scroll. I guess we're working together today, old man.
Yeah. Is it Hobo? I can't remember your name.
Horo.
Horo. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes, the stars deign this to be a challenging day for us both, I imagine.
I have trouble seeing them in the dark anymore.
You have dark vision.
Well, I'm supposed to.
Right.
Oh boy.
As you say this, a young goblin plops down kind of in between both of your tables, dragging a chair. Um, her hair is pulled back into two French braids, and you notice she's wearing like painted leathers. They're painted in beautiful lotus patterns, and she has a long, flowy silk skirt that kind of goes with it or flows out from underneath the leather plates. Her shoes end in little curly toes, and she kind of like bounces in between the tables, like looking over at your papers, and then she says, "Does anybody have a scroll for me? Oh, that one. Okay, I'll roll with you, Horo."
Challenges surmount and grow.
What do
He
you
stares,
mean?
he stares vacantly into nothing.
You need me. You don't even have a full party.
Well, who else is coming?
She like snatches the scroll from you unless you like stop her.
No, he's limp wristed. She can take it with these.
Oh my god, Horo.
It's not mine.
This is of course it's not yours. This is a rank 5 quest. And God knows you don't have those skills.
I could handle a rank 5 quest. It wouldn't have been
With my
given to me
help, you could.
otherwise.
I don't think they gave it to you. Right here on the corner it says bequeathed to Solara Sylvanstar.
She entrusted it to me by the
Are
stars,
you guys
of course.
finally dating?
Alas, no.
Oh, that's not surprising.
But if I do this job, perhaps.
Oh
I've
my
changed
god.
my mind. You can
She
help
would
me.
be like, she could be like all impressed with you and be like, "Oh, Horo, oh my god. You did that rank 5 quest for me. You're so hot." Right? That's what you think is gonna happen. That's not what's gonna happen.
He doesn't respond because he's clearly daydreaming. He's just looking upwards. Yes, just like that. Yes.
Whatever. Vesper, Avisa, you should help. And you recognize this goblin to be Lily.
Lily, okay.
hmm
So
Oh.
Lily is a professional gossip, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know her as like kind of not even a professional gossip, just likes to be friends with everyone. The vibe you get from her is that of an extreme extrovert, which for us nerdy
Yeah.
folk always comes off as a very strong personality.
As monstrous.
Mhm.
And so, but I clearly
We
even
need
from
a
the other table-
pally.
Yeah, but
We
even
need a
before-
pally that's a pal.
I actually overheard a tiny bit as soon as she mentioned this this other character, Silvastro Silva. This is Vesper putting it together. It's just a lot of S's and V's. That's this other person's name, who was trying to tool me before, and as soon as I heard that she had left a scroll around, my interest was developed, and so I've focused on listening to this conversation. So the second I am offered a seat at the table, I get up too fast and push away from the table, and then sit down too fast with too much interest at the new table.
So you're coming.
Oh yeah, I feel like
I don't even
listen,
know if this is allowed.
We were like in the middle. You were like, we were talking and everything. Gosh, I'm coming over there too.
Oh, come on, Avisa. You need to make more friends. You only have like 2.
I have 2 friends.
and they're both fish. Right?
Yeah, you're
So-
goldfishies.
Okay, I knew but they're fit. Anyways, yeah. Okay, I'm coming.
no hate. No hate. But they got to eat
Okay.
too.
So I'm trying to average out our ranks. I'm a 4. You guys are 3s. But we've got Silas, so that's as good as a 6. So the math is not mathing. Meanwhile, across the well-appointed hall, by the guild counter where they like strike a gong and hand out the bounties for the day, Virgo, you are nudged by the guild tiefling. She has ribbons tied from both of her immaculately curved horns. They curve off to the side in like this kind of almost wave like pattern. Her skin is lavender. Her eyebrows come up off of her face in the same wave like pattern. And she has like a mouth that's kind of perpetually kind of tilted to one side. You wonder if it might be from a nerve injury. Her eyes are a beautiful red, and she's wearing this kind of like these like immaculately damask draped robes of with the guild sigil on them,
Mm.
and sort of like a pendant that hangs in the middle. And she says to you, Vergrove, I think we have bits of problem.
What's the problem?
You see those babies at that table, they are trying to go on level 5 quest, but they do not meet prerequisite level. So go over there and do your job, maybe. I don't know. Just thought.
It's good to see you as always. I just gotta start walking over.
You hear her behind you. She's like, is he always so depressed?
I don't remark at all. I'm walking straight towards the table, like kind of beelining it towards them. I
You
guess who sees me first, or who do I make?
Virgo.
probably Lily. Lily hides the scroll in her boobs.
What I'm kind of just like looking and sizing everyone up as I start to talk, and then I think I settle on Lily. What are you hiding there, Lily?
Lily nudges you, Horo.
Horo's looking at her and going, "No, say a word.
You talk to him. You're friends with him.
He's asking you."
He's asking you.
No, I said Lily.
Virgo.
Okay.
What can we do for you?
I was told over there that you guys are a little bit over your heads this morning with whatever you were assigned. What seems to be
Assigned?
I heard
I think assigned is inaccurate. Hi, Vesper Gladiolus. Assigned, I think, is inaccurate. I think it might be better to suggest, Horo, I apologize if I'm being
Don't do
too bold,
this.
too brash.
Don't do this.
Don't.
Bloody
Could be
paladins.
more of a portent. We actually discovered this scroll at an auspicious time. I think that Horo, as an expert in the sky, is probably a great person to bring in here. Sort of go into, if you could go into sort of like the like some of the unique celestial confluxes that resulted in us getting this scroll, and I think Virgo will be very impressed.
Virgo, he looks exhausted, but then he switches into a smile and turns back to Virgo. Big things could manifest for us today, Virgo. Thanks to a series of sweet aspects between the cosmic Luna and Amidala, the cosmic climate will make the world seem as though it's brimming with possibility, and it will
Virgo's
be
just nodding. The
if
whole
we
armor
do
plate
this
is
job
creaking.
together. Scroll.
Oh, yeah.
Scroll, please.
Right, sorry.
all right.
Yeah,
you.
now I
He
can't
holds it up.
stress this enough. A bird brought us this.
Yeah, I snatch it from Lily's hands and read over it. Does everything look like official on it, Bronze?
Yes. It definitely looks official. Give me an investigation check.
All right. This is at a -1. 9.
Yeah, you don't even mark that it's not registered to this group of people. The quest simply states to go and eliminate an invasive species of mushroom that has kind of taken root in a swamp nearby.
Okay. Have I encountered said mushrooms before?
Give me a survival check.
4.
No, you have no clue what this scroll says. You
Even
you
if you
don't
had.
like yeah, you don't remember this. They're mushrooms. How dangerous could they be?
Okay. You see me muse it over and read it over. I think every once in a while 3 or 4 seconds I kind of look up and you see me catch someone's eye. Avisa, then Silas, and kind of sizing everyone up and look back down. Well, this should be simple enough, I suppose. Silas, you're with them? I think me and Silas have worked together before. He's been around enough.
Oh, Virgo, how's it going?
Silas, I ask, have you worked with them?
Oh, with these people? No, I just met them today.
Silas, we've done about 4 jobs together.
Yeah, I look over at Virgo and I'm like, right? I mean, look, you know this guy, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be easier when everyone used to wear name badges. Now everyone just does whatever. There's no order anymore.
Silas,
I could
you
see
were
how
at my
that could
wedding.
be frustrating. Oh,
Things
You were
used to be
literally at my
simpler.
wedding.
Is all I'm saying.
I shake my head and start to fold up the note. Look back at it's Lily, right? That's the goblin's name. You're coming with us, Lily? Or what?
Well, I was hoping to. I mean, if it's just no pressure, just asking, Virgo. Does your presence here indicate that this is an opportunity for us to be evaluated for advancement? Or wait, are you allowed to give those out? I don't know. Sorry, was that an insensitive question? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Not today, Lily. That's not
But why
today.
not? Like, if isn't that like your job? Don't you like hand out stars?
On most days, yes. This is not the day. But I can always put in a good recommendation, as I always do.
You did not give me a good recommendation last time.
Well, you did a piss poor job last time.
You said I have poor people skills, which is very ironic coming from you.
You almost stabbed that man.
He deserved that. He almost got us killed. Yes, I stabbed a man and tried to feed him to a rampaging tusk robber. But in my defense, sometimes you have to sacrifice the one for the many.
no, yeah, I think that's probably an accurate statement.
Also, it was Gary, guys, and I think we could all agree Gary is an asshole.
At this,
Gary-
Horo will cup his hand and shield it in. The stars forgive you, Minnie.
Oh, thank you, Horo. You see the color rise in her cheeks a little bit. Guys, Horo is so cute. How is he single?
Don't remind me.
Virgo, I'm just saying you should come along, give us a little evalu-sizzy, and then you can probably promote because they'll be like, wow, look at this guy. Look at all these great hunters that he's helped trade. He shouldn't be on shit duty.
You got to keep the knives to yourself.
What if the mushroom has to be stabbed?
You can stab a mushroom. I'm saying
That's
if
a really
Gary
good point.
or someone similar pops up, are you going to keep the knife to yourself?
Is Gary gonna pop up? Did you kill Gary, right? He's dead.
I don't think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
dead.
Gary's not going anywhere.
I just look at the long stare. All right. Well, maybe he's. I haven't seen Gary in a while, but I should maybe check up on that.
That's very interesting that you haven't seen him.
Anyways, this has nothing to do. Gary will be fine. I'm sure. He's
Listen, if there's a hole in his paragliding sail, I don't know what I possibly could have had to do with that, Virgo.
Yeah.
And I find this line of questioning honestly bewildering and a little bit racist.
not.
It was the
It's
will of the
hurtful.
stars, Virgo. The stars.
Yeah.
There's no questioning here, Lily. You're fine. You're talking too much and saying too much about it. Just let's move on.
I mean, if he plummeted to his death, who's to say that I had any
There's
involvement?
been
Lily,
4 different
Lily.
times you've said you've
Lily.
killed this man. I don't know.
What? No, I've said no such thing. I was just saying, if perchance someone were to gain access to his bag and slash a hole in his parasailing
You realize
chute,
every
I-
time you go into a long, detailed explanation, it makes you look guiltier, right?
guilty. I think the only guilty thing about me is how cute I am.
I think I actually laugh. I just kind of
A little pose.
Yeah. Great. Okay. I look around. You're coming with us? I look directly at Avisa.
She looks directly down. I don't know if I was actually invited, but I don't have any plans for the next few years, probably. So if you would like to have me, I would.
Bronze are aquatic. Wood elves common? Or is this? Have I met one of these before?
Yeah, they're not super common because you're not very close to the ocean.
Right. Okay. Are you okay? Do you need something?
No. Do I look like I might need? She's just gonna start checking, like, something. Vesper, is my shirt up?
No, you are killing this. You have got the most incredible sidekick energy of all time. Just maintain it exactly like this.
Okay. No, Virgo, I think I'm good. Would you like to shake on it?
Yeah, I go to shake on it.
It's slick.
Is it just like
It's
is it
wet.
like grabbing what's the I don't even know
fish?
what it would be like. Yeah,
Like
am I
fin of
shaking a
dolphin.
fish?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think I keep the handshake sturdy, and then you kind of like slink away. There's like residue left on my hand. Yeah.
It's a really weak handshake. It's fragile.
Okay. All right. Good to have you. I like wipe it on my knee. The leather.
It's a pleasure. I heard about what happened. I'm really sorry. But it's you were always incredible. The fights that I've read about were really very interesting. It's terrible to see.
Wait, what happened?
What was it that you heard that happened?
He got demoted to field duty. Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that. Horror, why would you say that? It put him on the spot. That's so rude.
I can't believe you're pinning this on me.
I heard horror.
Virgo, we don't think any less of you. In fact, we would appreciate your lead on this one.
I think a little less.
I think a lot of less. If I'm being completely honest.
Well, no, I mean, and I think that we've all heard it, so we should just put this on the table before we go out on an adventure.
I didn't personally listen, Virgo. I didn't even know the captain had a daughter. I don't think any of us knew the captain had a daughter. So how would you know?
What's the daughter? What daughter? What do you mean? That's not what I heard.
I'm just letting all this unfold. I'm not
Kids
saying
and their hormones. God.
I heard that Virgo had sex with a bird. Is that not?
I heard that.
Horror's gonna reach in and shush her lips before she can say anything. Shh. We must depart. And if you speak, I fear we won't.
I was trying to picture it, and it was hard. It's like, how big is this bird? Like, I don't.
Silas,
you know what I mean?
Want your shots?
If Virgo, I think if you can keep from fucking any birds on this job, I'm ready to go.
I'll do my best for you, Vesper.
Be careful. The stars say love is in the air.
Mm-hmm, exactly. I heard that actually from before. So keep it zipped up, Virgo, and then we should be fine.
Yes. Okay. I will. Thank you, Vesper, for the guidance as always. Do we? I guess this is happening. Do you all need any time?
Please, no more.
Well,
let us be off.
I'll go and settle it with the the guild counter and make sure we're all good to go. I turn around with the note in hand and working my way to the counter.
Lunira, the tiefling, is still there. You see her like talking to one of the other people, one of the other higher ranking guild members, and then she like turns to you.
Okay.
Yes, how can they help?
We're going out. Here's the mission. I'm gonna go with them. Should be fairly standard. Some invasive mushrooms. I don't know. Doesn't sound complicated. They talked me into it.
Are you sure?
Should be okay. The rest of the group is going down to the convention or whatnot. It won't be a big deal.
She like looks over your shoulder at the rest of the group. That is who you are taking with you.
Well, we were always told to, take the younglings under our wings. These people are new. I specifically point to Avisa when I say that. Yes, that one waving there needs help.
And I say, Avisa, you hear him talking about wings? The man's
I
obsessed.
heard the wing thing. I heard the wing thing.
Obsessed.
Roll persuasion with advantage because of how sweet Avisa looks back there waving with you.
Great. Okay. Hey, crit.
Ooh.
That's the stuff.
You know, I suppose this is a little bit unorthodox, but why not? And she actually reaches under the counter and hands you 4 beautiful stars. Each of them in the center almost looks liquid and contains like small galaxies, and the outside is like this like rough brass. Um she takes them and she hands them to you and she says, "If you come back alive, I don't see why we can't reinstate some of your promotion abilities."
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course, Vergov. I know sometimes we can come off like maybe we are mocking you. I guess it's just out of all of us, you were the one we least expected to fall from grace.
They think I fucked a bird, right? That's the
You know,
story now.
I had heard that as well.
This day is only getting worse.
Was the captain's daughter an Aarakocra?
Yeah.
Is there anything that I need to collect from the table? Like, I don't take the stars that she has, right? Those are just the reward for later. Okay.
Well, all of the pertinent information is on the scroll. As a higher ranking member, you do have access to the arsenal. Would you like anything?
Trying to. Yeah, I can they acquire things from it? Is this a group effort? I know I can usually go in. Well, usually
You can check things out for them. Unfortunately, their ranking is not high enough to attain any of our magical items.
Okay.
But they can get mundane items.
Well, I turn around, just look at. Everyone seems fairly equipped, right? You guys seem to have everything that you need.
Oh, we're dialed in.
Okay.
I'm like, arrows. Can I get arrows? I need some more.
Silas, you have an entire quiver of arrows. Just points to the table.
Always over prepare.
I turn around. Yes, we'll take some things out.
She hands you a bundle of very carefully fletched arrows, and then she hands you a whistle.
What is this?
It's like wooden, a little bit long, and it has like an almost helix pattern kind of engraved on it. And she says, "For your mounts."
Ooh.
Right. Yes, of course.
I hope you were not planning on going on foot.
I don't plan anything these days. You know how that is. I take the arrows and kind of just shake them in the air so Silas can see them without turning to him or anything. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. I wish you the best of luck, Vergov.
All right. We'll be back. Hopefully all of us. I grab the whistle and turn to the group. Make my way towards Silas. Hand him the arrows. Are you ready to depart?
Oh, I'm good.
Avisa, Vesper, Oro.
Are the
Ready?
mounts birds?
Obviously.
He stares. He
They
stares
were for
without
him.
cracking a smile. It's going to be a long day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly long.
Yeah. I don't know if they're birds. You know how this goes.
I have a deep-seated fear. That's all I was asking.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't know what this. We'll see. You know how it goes. You are given the whistle and the mount appears.
Right.
Are we good? Horo, Lily?
Ready.
I'm good. You notice she's been like kind of whispering to Horo.
Do I? Are they staring at me as they whisper?
Give me a perception check.
9.
She rolled a 1, so you actually hear what she's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear her say, "You see, I heard that what had happened is that he got drunk and then tried to hunt a family of raptors completely naked."
My right eye kind of goes up. I
Horo
think
will turn to Virgo as he says you're ready. He goes, yes, we're ready, yes.
Cast.
I think I lean into the two of them as I kind of make my way to turn. And well, I had my weapons, of course. I wasn't completely naked. And then I walk out.
I
the
heard
door.
they had to stitch your dicky back on.
That I don't answer to.
I just love that. I love we have like created the backstory.
Yeah, it's great. I'm super into it. Yeah, so I would assume we're all going to, or I'm headed towards the like departure area. Okay.
As you approach the large round front door of the Slayer's Hall, it instead of like opening out actually sinks into the ground with some strange arcane contraption. You find yourselves out on the open landing. Around you, there are beautiful foothills rolling out in every direction that kind of reach up towards the sky in these jagged spires that threaten to puncture the very firmament. The sun is streaming down. There's a few tufts of cloud here and there, but it's almost an oppressively hot day, even though like fall is rapidly approaching. Here in the glare of the sun, you do kind of see hunters going about their business. Some of them have carts with pack animals, others have like flying mounts. You don't see anything for you and your mind goes to the whistle in your hand.
Okay. I go to like put the whistle to my mouth and then wait, nope, this is a training mission. Avisa, I offer and gesture the whistle.
There we go.
Okay.
towards ship.
All right. Right. I just blow into the whistle.
Give me a performance check.
Oh,
Mm.
5 pack animals come. They're large goats and like very large goats. They have like strange 3-part hooves, shaggy matted fur that comes down to the ground, and these very like sort of large horns that come up in a spiral and then jut off in a perpendicular fashion. They have goat eyes and long beards, and you know these animals are very good at traversing the mountainsides. Unfortunately, the frequency with which you blew at with your 7, you summon like the oldest of the lot. In fact, one of these Silas is very familiar with.
Is it his like training
Jimbo.
horse? Is Jimbo his
Yeah.
training horse? From back in the
Jimbo
day?
comes trotting up to you, and you notice that this goat actually looks a bit like Silas. It has like one bad eye and one good eye, and kind of like stumbles a bit as it approaches.
Ah, there's the old girl. We've been through many hard times together.
She, like,
Come here.
nudges you lovingly.
Uh, so, everyone know how to ride one of these?
Wait. There's 5. What? There's 6 of
Yeah,
us. Like,
oh, yeah, for
Av-
Lily. I forgot.
Avisa, did you not? Were you thinking?
I'll do it again. I got it.
No. It's one and done. That's how it goes.
Does someone want to share a goat with me?
I can ride with Horo.
It's fine.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay, great.
okay.
That's settled.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
I'm just glad they're not birds, and I start to
Yes,
like
I
get
would-
on the.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
That's what happens in the movie. Like that's the line, right?
Yeah, I'm just getting on, saddling up the mule, making sure everything's good to go.
The one that you are saddling up is fondly referred to as Marianne, and you do
Okay.
notice she's a bit ornery and arthritic.
Okay. Have I encountered Marianne before?
Yes, you thought she was surely retired by now. Never a sadder group of goats have you seen in all your hunting years.
Okay. I think as Lily and Horo are getting situated. Lily, you ever kill a Mary before? I'm just like tightening the saddle down.
Oh, a what?
It's not important. I'm just not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
A berry?
Don't look at me.
What is he trying? Is he trying to
I
roast
don't
me,
know.
Horo?
I think
I
so.
don't- Is that how boomers joke?
I think so.
Oh my god!
And you see her like snuggle up close to you and put her arms around your waist.
Does it? How tall are you, Horo? Like, are you a full like 6-foot
Like,
person?
He's like 5'9". Yeah.
So you
he's
just
not-
have like a
he's-
little like Yoda goblin strapped to your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's like full Luke Skywalker Dagobah training.
Yeah. I'm even in Jedi robes. It's like my drip robes are like brown and they're just like plain.
Great. Okay, so we've got okay. I just needed that for the mental image. Yeah.
Oh my! Have you been working out?
No. Maybe I should. Maybe she'll want me then.
You see, you see Lily get all sad.
Right. You're talking about Solara,
Yes. Solara.
No,
right?
no.
Avisa, give me a perception check.
I would love to.
Yeah, you don't catch anything other than Lily's kind of vague upset at the mention of the name.
Hey, does anybody know the name of my goat?
I look over at the goat. What, do I know the name?
You recognize this goat as Stradivarius.
Nice.
You do notice like he's a little bit more
Prompt.
yes, he's a bit more proper,
Okay.
more likely to throw a rider.
Has a cravat.
Okay. Yeah. That's Stradivarius. Yes, he. Be careful riding that one. He's very picky with his riders.
You know what I think? Me and Stradivarius, and I give them like a 2 hard pat on the back,
I
are
think
gonna get along great.
When you do that, it's like water splashes out.
Yeah.
A wet slap.
Yeah, it's like a wet
Yeah,
slap.
a very wet sounding slap.
Yeah. How does Stradivarius respond to the wet slap?
Give me a dexterity check or an animal handling check.
Yeah. Handle this.
Oh.
He's about to like sort of buck, but you're able to kind of control him as you give him the wet slap.
I'm awkward with people, but I'm good with animals, so.
Interesting.
You notice a newfound respect between you and Stradivarius.
You leveled up.
I can look Stradivarius in the eye now.
Okay.
So we've got Jimbo, Marianne, Stradivarius. Do you want to know the name of your mount, Horo?
No.
You don't?
No.
What about
He
you,
doesn't
Vesper?
care.
Vesper calls, in the manner of Geralt the White Wolf, Vesper calls all of his mounts Excelsior, independent of whether or not that's their actual name.
Yeah. Virgo, although Vesper refers to their mount as Excelsior, you know that their mount is named Horchata.
Delicious.
All because it got into the Horchata one time.
One
time.
Got it. Okay. Does the horse seem offended at all, or the goat? Sorry, seem offended when Vesper?
It doesn't seem offended, but it doesn't always respond because it doesn't realize it's being addressed.
It's just vital to me that, like, when the stories of this era are told, that they're always using the mount name that I have chosen, that I think sits most nicely in the story.
Okay. I think what'll happen then is every time Vesper says or gives a command with Excelsior in it, I just kind of stay on him like horchata. There's just like a very underlining direct horchata.
Do that.
You just all think you're very thirsty.
You just need it. But he's thirsty, but he's ashamed of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It starts to get a little weird.
As you all settle onto your mounts with your gear, Lily kind of like takes a bit of command. She pulls out like a small map from her bosoms once again. It's like, all right, so we're headed to Malta's Mangrove to dispatch some mushrooms. This should be pretty easy.
That's what I read. Yeah, seems fairly
So
simple.
I guess we just take the hunter's trail south. We could either.
I have a much better. I have better ways in these paths. Like I can get us there quicker.
Oh, we should do that then. Silas is pretty experienced.
Yeah, I know these trails like the back of my hand. Okay, so I've been here much longer than all you people.
I'm just waiting on the rest of the group to see how they feel about this. I've been with Silas before, and he has done that successfully, but it's also gone wrong. So I'm saying what everyone else thinks before I chime in.
If Lily's cool with it, Horror's cool with it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to suggest a new path. As soon as we see the first giant snake or whatever, I'm ready to advocate for a different path.
Okay. Silas, by all means.
Give me a survival check.
15.
Ooh, not bad.
Yes, you know of a path that cuts by the river that is a lot easier to traverse than the mountain pass. You think you could follow it all the way down to where it drains into the mangrove.
Yeah, so we're just gonna get down to the river, and then we can just cross that, and then we good. Like everyone goes around the mountain pass, but then that's the new way. Everyone's got to do it different, even though the old way was just fine. So let's go that way, and we'll save so much time.
Sublime.
Works for me.
And Missy, you could splash around the water a little bit if you need to. It's okay.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah,
you're one of those aquatic wood elves. I didn't see it. Now it makes so much sense, Silas. Okay. I thought you were just nervous. I didn't know what was happening.
No, I'm nervous.
No. This is just a part. I apologize if that was insulting.
No insult here. Thank you for assuming that it was not sweat.
Never. Yeah. No. Anyways, let's go. The day is wasting.
All right, time for the good eye. I take
A
out my
hi-ho.
old eye and swap out for my slightly nicer eye because I'm distrustful of people in there of stealing my good eye. So I put the eye in before I start leading the group.
Where do you keep your other eye?
At the bottom of my quiver under the arrows. No one expects it to be there.
No,
No.
that's true.
Well,
Yeah, I won't tell anyone about the eye.
yeah, Silas, you just told us all, so I fucked the
You've
bird.
told
apparently,
Lily,
today,
so it's everyone knows.
word gets around here. Might want to find a new hiding spot.
Yeah.
Come on, Marianne. I think I kicked the goat.
Mm-hmm. You kick the goat.
I spur the goat, whatever. I think I spur the
Well,
goat 'cause I'm
Marianne.
expecting a horse. Marianne just
You
just,
do
like,
notice
cussed
there
back at me.
there are like large war horses that are being ridden by like some hunters in like very immaculate armor.
Right, which is what I'm used to. That's why I
Yeah,
spur
yeah.
the goat, and the goat just like looks back at me.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. The goat's like, why would you do that?
I like give it a loving leap. I apologize. That yeah, and
With the
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways,
With the jingle and a jangle, Marianne begins to take off. You notice now that she has bells hanging from the ribbons around her neck, which end
I
in
love
like
that.
a little, yeah, end in a little, what
I
is
love
that
that
called?
stuff.
Like the reins for you to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like kind of soft, satiny. Um, and
Yeah.
the bells around the neck are like super large and give out like a large clang clang as
Okay.
you begin your descent
Are we talking like
down the mountain.
Santa in front of a Walmart clang like
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I guess it would be more of like a hollow sound instead of a jingle because these are like
Yeah.
large
Like a
bells with like
cowbell.
one ball in the middle. Yeah, like a cowbell.
Got it.
But with the unceremonious jingle you go down. You notice some hunters around you kind of giggle.
Yeah, I'm like, I know most people, so I'm just putting my arm up as you casually pass by, as they all casually pass by.
As you stream out of the sort of like base that's built onto the side of the mountain that you're at and head into the mountain range proper, Avisa Faison calls out to you. Good luck, Avisa.
Faison, thank you. Good luck with those runes. It's just like a finger gun thing, but then she immediately turns, like she starts looking towards the other side of the mountain.
Everyone
can't see
sees
it.
this?
Oh yeah, it's blatant. It's like very obvious.
I can feel this on a spiritual level, dude.
Yeah. There's just
Yeah.
like, I just, you see me shake my head and just kind of laugh a little bit.
You head down old, overgrown paths that it seems have not been used in a very long time. Off to your right, you see this cobblestone path that leads around the mountain range. And then you see a very kind of like overcovered like with brambles, with rock slides. It's almost difficult to navigate the path that Silas would like to lead you down. It goes down at a very dangerous angle, but luckily you are on goats and not horses. So although you're moving a bit slower and a bit louder, which is the unfortunate consequence of your low roll, you do have more sure footing here. So you're able to make it through pretty well. Around you, the air gets cooler and almost picks up in speed as the late afternoon kind of settles in to the mountain range. In the sort of area you're in, you can see far down below a thin blue line that has cut its way through the stone with a tenacity that you can't help but admire. Because of this sort of tunnel that you're in, the wind at times gets so loud and so fierce, it's difficult for you to even hear each other over the mountain's angry roar. But in the midday sun, it does feel a little bit refreshing to have the mist from the river far down below kind of engulf you. As you make your descent down, it almost becomes difficult to see as here the mist is so thick it forms a thin fog. Everyone give me perception checks.
Can do. Thank God for you, Horo.
These are some rolls.
Wow.
These are some rolls.
Get him out of the way now.
Horo
Get him out of the way
is,
now.
yeah. Thank God for Horo.
What is your marching order? I know that Virgov is in the front.
I think Silas would be in the front too if he's the one kind of
Okay.
leading us, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Silas, Virgov.
I think I'm going to be at the back.
Okay.
Just because it had been my intention before to like indicate danger and then say, hey, all right, maybe Silas is not like the best compass for this. So I'll be in there. I'll take up the rear.
Perfect. And then, so it'll be Silas, Virgov, Horo, Avisa?
Yeah, Horo and Lily will be smack in the middle. He doesn't know his goat's name. He's just thankful that it's following the other goats.
Fantastic. You see it just almost a second too late, but then you're able to call out just in time. The road or sort of path you're on comes abruptly to a stop where it has been almost like cut away by this mudslide. You can see the remains of the path far ahead of you, but it's a good 100 feet out. You're able to call out to Silas just before him and his half-blind goat go tumbling over the edge.
Silas, stop!
Can I reach out and try to grab him at all?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
That's just a flat 0. Hey, 18. Not bad, though.
Hey.
You're able to grab the goat's tail just as they're both about to tip over the edge.
Okay. Do I know the goat's name? All right, I guess I'm holding Silas, come back this way. No, you're about, I'm like trying to pull. You got to help me, Silas.
Oh, okay. Jimbo, back up. Come on. I'm just trying to
Because you
smack it.
have rapport with Jimbo, Jimbo does manage to back up, knees creaking as it does so.
Ooh, that was close. It's like the mud gave way.
You Horo, thank you for that.
Horo, I would like to thank you. I misjudged you. You actually were helpful. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank the stars. They told me.
The goddamn stars again, Virgrove.
I don't know how he sees them. It's middle of the fucking day.
It's
no
mostly
stars
day.
up there.
Like,
Like
what
how
does
do
he
you
do
see
to-
this? I've never understood it.
They're ever present.
Just like his talking.
Yes. Yeah. Always. Anyways, are we? I kind of like peer over. Does it look like we can traverse forward at all, or is it going to be super hard? Do we got to like drop the mules? What am I seeing?
You notice here that the path is actually given out a long time ago. It occurs to you that maybe this is why the hunters stopped using the path. If you look carefully, you can see the remains of where there was once like a small waterfall that during flooding season kind of washed out the path completely. Normally it was something you could even ride your horses across, but over time and a few bad seasons, it grew in size and power to the point that it took out the path completely. You do notice some climbing stakes that have been hammered into the side of the mountain that's like leading over. You can't tell at a first glance if they're stable or if they're still kind of like dug in enough for you to use to climb. You also see far down below like a single red rope that has also been staked into the wall by a previous climber.
Okay. Silas, when was the last time you used this?
Oh, I've never actually been here myself. I heard about it from
Great.
From a very nice feller a couple of centuries ago. He said this was a great path, and I thought he seemed nice.
Okay. I'm going to dismount from Marianne, my goat. Can I reach over and like grab any of the stakes in the to like
Yeah, you
test
can grab
to see
the
how
first
strong
one.
they are? Without actually like having it support my weight, can I just pull on it? See if it
Yeah.
seems pretty sturdy?
The first one that's like the closest to the road that's within arm's reach, you do pull on it and it seems pretty stable.
Well, we could leave the goats. Sorry, I'm used to horses. The goats here and traverse forward, I guess, or we can go back. We'll be wasting more of the day. Does anyone
How
have any
close are we?
ideas? Silas, any
I have-
idea how close we are?
Yeah. How close are we to our destination? Like, would you say?
If you can make it across this chasm, it is but a matter of an hour.
Hmm.
Can
We're
the
nearly there. Like, just another hour walk, maybe.
goats can't make it across, right? Bronze, they're gonna have to remain here.
Unless you can construct something or
Yeah.
figure out a system, no.
Okay. Well, we'd have to leave the goats here, but they seem sturdy enough. And Vesper, any ideas?
Well, I mean, the only thing I was going to ask is if, let's do it this way. Horo, is there any kind of path that we can see? Is it possible that animals have solved this problem for themselves, and there may be a path that is difficult for us to see, but is clear to beasts?
May I roll perception?
Yeah, this would be, go ahead and roll perception. You're
Okay.
gonna want to beat this is gonna be kind of tough for you. It's gonna be
Yeah.
about a
10.
15.
It's a 10.
That's
Okay.
a 10. How's a 10 do?
Yeah, you can't spot anything. The mist here is so thick that it's hard for you to even see how far this drop is. In fact, the moisture, you all start to look a little bit like a visa since you've been here for some time. The moisture collects on your skin around you. It's like kind of refreshing, but yeah, the river down below, you can hear it. The roaring is louder than ever now. And the current is very swift this time of year. And all of that mist it's kicking up is occluding your vision.
Vespa, I'm afraid today will feel like a bit of a roller coaster. The cosmic pattern makes a series of positive and not so positive aspects in the heavens. And while our day kicked off well, we're going to face some challenges. I
Understood.
can't see anything.
Understood. I appreciate everything that you just said, and all of our
Understand.
interactions together have been
Yes.
supernatural. They've been tinged with the supernatural. So it's climbing time. That's what it sounds like to me.
You see Lily kind of sitting there thinking.
But what if we just we could I mean, we could keep our horse, Horo. Sorry, goat.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll just,
What,
put my
magic?
whammy on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Friends, we'll see you at the top. He climbs back on the goat.
What?
Okay.
Lead the way.
She's proposing some kind of goatomancy.
Where are you two going?
We'll meet you at the other side.
Yeah,
I can hop
we're just
on.
gonna take a shortcut. Sorry, Avisa, there's only room for 2. Bye.
Okay, so
And
this
she
is character
casts-
building.
She casts Featherfall on your goat, and you, as the goat goes across the edge, it gently starts to drop. You see Lily's very excited green face wink at you, Avisa, as she descends into the mist.
Yeah.
Well, that's
As he
fucking
descends, you'll-
cheating.
You guys will hear in the distance. May the stars guide you. As we
You hear
vanish
that-
into the mist.
You hear me echo like, that's fucking cheating. Can anyone else do that? I wasn't aware. He was
As
even
a sorcerer, Avisa, you're aware that Featherfall could theoretically be cast on up to 5 creatures, but you wonder if Lily wants to be alone with Horo.
Yeah. This is a date.
I don't really know how to interpret like that what that wink meant, but I'm afraid that they're doing something at the bottom of the canyon that we don't want to see.
Yeah.
I think we should climb alone without them, to be quite honest.
I
Have you ever walked
so
in on your
appre-
parents?
Yeah. I appreciate this mist now in a new way. This mist is itself a portent of protection.
Yeah.
For the mortal eye.
Anyone
Her
else
All
insanity.
right.
have any floating tricks? I didn't even know she could cast a spell.
I'm good with water, but I don't really understand mist that well. I'll be honest.
Well, no, keep the mist. I don't want to see what.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I could probably do that, but it'd be much faster, and I could only do it one time.
What? Are we
I think
cast a
Silas is
spell, or are you talking about what's going on down there? And I kind of just like peer off into the mist.
Sort of in a
He's
romantic
referring to
context.
like just jumping down and falling.
It's a one-time deal.
Yeah, you would get there.
Well, who's going to go first? I guess.
I got
Well,
sweaty hands.
I will go first. I've lived a long life, and if something happens to me, so be it.
Wait,
only fair.
Before, what do you want us to do with your eye if something were to occur?
I want Jimbo to have it. He covets it. I let him chew on it sometimes, so
The
he can
goat?
have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. As you were, good luck. The first one was very in place from what I could surmise. As far as I could test, though.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check. You're going to do a series of 3 checks. They're going to get exceedingly more difficult. The first one being 10, the second one being 12, and the last one being 15.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh. Failed the
All right.
second one.
You are able to swing from one like sort of climbing stake to the second one to the third one, and as you hit the third one, it comes out of the muddy wall and you slip and hit the crimson rope down 20 feet. As you look around, you don't see any more stakes embedded into the wall around you.
Oh. So I'm hanging about 20 feet from the ground.
Yeah.
You're hanging 20 feet down. You can't tell how far the ground is from you. You do hear Lily's voice echoing through the canyon. So you could risk it, but you're not quite sure how far down the ground is.
Hi. Let's see. I'm gonna take one of my torches out of my backpack and drop it and see how long it takes me to hear it hit something.
Yeah. That's actually really smart. You take the torch out of your pack. How do you light it while holding onto the rope?
I think I just leave it unlit and just drop it to listen for
To
it.
hear, listen.
Yeah.
Down on the path below, right next to the river, Lily Horo see a torch come clattering down. Oh, well, that's that almost hit you, Horo. You should watch yourself.
I shall.
But I'm always here to watch your back for you. So I wouldn't
And-
have let it hit you, even if it had fallen.
I appreciate you, Lily. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I don't know what you'd do without me either. Solara, she is not a war magic wizard. And
True.
so what they bring to the table, like an arcade trickster, what even is that? I don't even think you have to go to school for that. I just, and you're so well read, you're so educated that I feel like you need somebody that can that can match your level.
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
I just wonder where they are.
Up top. Silas, give me a perception check to see if you can hear or accurately judge. You will hear the torch either way, but if you can accurately judge how far down it is.
7.
You think it's about 30 feet?
Okay. I would like to try to move against the edge and try to swing the rope to see if I can find better footing.
Okay.
Kind of swinging back and forth, see if I can find something to grab onto.
Crafty
Like
gem.
back up onto the climbing stakes that were up ahead.
Yeah, see if I can try to swing my way to where they were.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
25.
You are able to swing up back onto the stake. You all see Silas drop down precariously onto this red rope and then come swinging back up, hitting that last peg. And from there, you're able to reach the other side.
And I would like to reattach the rope for the other party members.
Oh, okay. It's
Hey.
bound on the other side. You could like cut it and reduce its length and kind of give everyone else advantage on that last stake, though.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Perfect.
How far across is the chasm?
It's about 100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tough. It's tough going. And you do the complicated thing here is that with that failed roll, traversing the middle is now difficult as one of the stakes is now missing.
Gotcha.
So instead of 10, 12, and 15, it's now 10, 15, and 15.
Okay.
But you have advantage on the last one because the rope has been attached there by Silas.
If it's 100 feet across, I take off or I go over to the goat. The goat would have the backpack. I take out 50 feet of rope. I say, who's next? We're going to tie this to you in case it goes bad. That middle one seems difficult.
I'm going to start this round with a bless for everybody who's still up here. If that is acceptable.
What does it look like when you cast bless?
Just a little bit of an extra, a little bit of extra juice. So the whole thing is everything that he has is all based on the trials of Saint Beauregard. And so he's like, this is like exactly. Saint Beauregard, are you here? This is exactly what he had to do when he was dealing with the Wyvern. And it's like we too, we share in the nimbus of his grand destiny. And you share in it because you're by me.
Oh.
And you are all blessed.
Feel it.
Yeah, really.
Which I believe gives you 1d4 to your saving throws and ability checks.
Well, nothing would bring me more pleasure than to click
click the bless.
Chat window,
it's attack rolls and saving throws. Okay.
just in case something bad happens.
Yes. So this will help in case of a failure.
Yes. Now, okay, so you're going to tie up the next person to go?
Yeah, while you're casting bless, I'm putting knots in the rope so that I can. Is there a tree next to the chasm at all that we can use as an anchor, or am I the anchor?
You're the anchor.
Okay, so yeah, I'm tying one thing around my waist. I've got the other thing. Who's going?
Right, so who feels like it? That pep talk do anything for you?
It's Visa or
Here, I'll say I'll show you. I will show you I'll show you how it's done, and you can traverse in my gleaming footprints.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, you're gonna love these footprints. And so
Yeah.
I reach out and grab the thing, and then unfortunately I have a little bit of extra juice that I can leverage, which is I'm gonna use one of my channel divinities into what is it? Peerless Athlete.
Perfect.
Which allows me, inside the Sacred Oath class feature, it allows me to get advantage on strength, athletics, and dexterity acrobatics checks for the next 10 minutes.
So you're gonna
You're
gonna do this acrobatically.
Well, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
We're gonna it basically all the physical stuff, and then I can't actually tell. Is that bless? Do I also benefit from that bless?
If you choose yourself, yeah.
Yeah. And there's only 3 of us up here, so it should be okay. So, yeah, is it dexterity? Is it athletics for me, or is it acrobatics?
Yeah, it's acrobatics.
Perfect.
And you just have to make a series of 3 checks.
Yes, and then I'll add D4s to these checks.
So I've got some sort of quick release knot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I think what you get in benefit is actually from your Peerless Athlete. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm looking here. My roll 20 is being a little bit
Oh, here,
laggy.
I can link it right there
Oh,
for you.
perfect.
I got nothing but love.
Okay, yeah. So you get advantage on all of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the bless only works on saving throws, and this is a
Oh, that's
skill
right.
check.
That's right.
Mhm.
Here, perfect. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the first one. Okay. Advantage
you have
is
advantage.
pretty good.
But you have
Adv-
advantage.
Advantage is good, right? It's good to have it.
So you see Vesper come down, swing off the first 2 pegs.
Okay. And then Vesper, wait, 50 feet of rope. Avisa, you're next. And I like tie my rope around. Did you bring your rope, Avisa?
I think the goat has. You want me to grab the goat rope? I go grab
No,
the
I'll
goat.
get it. Stay there. I go and grab it, tie another 50 feet, put it on Avisa, put it on me. Avisa's going
Alright.
to go when, because we only have 50 feet. It's 100-foot chasm. You have to go in 50-foot chunks. So Avisa's next.
I call up and I say, it's one more step on the path of destiny, my friends. Behold, take your part in it. It is but one story told since the beginning of time.
Oh, it's a good thing you
Ooh.
have advantage.
Right?
It
I
is
would have lost
like
it 3 times.
art. It is like art. You see Vesper go into the second peg, skip the one that fell out of the wall when Silas reached for it, and grab the next one. As he does, he then is able to go over, grab the red rope with his feet, and come up on his hands, pulling himself up, light as a feather, onto the other side of the path.
Like an American Ninja Warrior sort of thing.
Yes, it's beautiful to behold.
Okay.
Gaze! But this is your path also, friends. Huzzah!
Silas just tears up in the beauty of the moment. It was so breathtaking.
Look great up there. I wish my feet moved like your feet move.
At that point, I don't even know if me and Avisa are seeing it because she's in the process of going to the middle, right? If it's only 50-foot rope, she has to go between the second and
Yeah.
third. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Avisa, you get a roll.
I assume that Vesper detached the rope and continued on with fervor.
Oh, yeah. Do you detach the rope or are you an anchor over on the other side?
I mean, I feel like, which one would you like, or which one is funnier?
The funnier would be for you to continue gallivanting
Yeah,
on and
yeah.
take it off.
Yeah, I think that's
Practicality
it.
would be you keep it on.
I'm just in the story right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I just continue on with it.
Okay.
Right. Here we go. Got it. Nice. Put my hands on my robes.
That's okay. So am I making a strength save or like what am I
Yes.
doing here?
You are making a
Does she
strength
just-
save to catch Avisa. On the very first, you just see Avisa stumble forward, reach for the peg,
Straight off.
and
I
not
just think she
have the
slips
upper
right
arm
off.
strength.
She just
Yeah,
slips.
yeah.
Like her hand just
My
slips
hands
off.
are so
And
wet
she
that
doesn't
they
even
just
hold
like.
it for like a second. She just grabs it and goes, whoop. And I'm just like, oh shit. And
Make
I
a
brace.
strength save. You can add the D4 bless to this one.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
Here's
so
the-
Vesper is tied to Avisa, so if Avisa falls, then
Yes.
No, Vesper
Okay.
took it off. I'm tied.
Virgo
Yeah.
Virgo will
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So I have 23
This is it.
plus 4, 27.
We love
You are
it.
able to catch her completely. You don't even move forward an inch as she falls. It's actually really comical. You're standing there over the edge and you just hear her go whoop, and the length of rope around your waist goes taut, and that's it. You're just standing there.
Okay.
You realize how light and waifish she is, and it does fall in line with how sickly she is. You almost like don't even register the rope has anything on it except for the fact that it's gone tight.
Okay. I call Avisa. Did you even grab it? What was that? I'd
That's
call it
that
an
was it.
attempt, but you have to grab hold of the thing. It's not.
You're right. That's Virgo. I'm so sorry. It's my hands. I think it might be an aquatic thing.
Okay. I'm like pulling her up as we're having this conversation.
Yeah, with the 27, you're able to do so very easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This time, grab forcefully. Good luck.
Forcefully. Right.
Hey, grab with intention. grab as a creature of destiny.
Right. Are we? Wait. How do I even roll these with? Are we supposed to be rolling with advantage because of the?
So
On the third one, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Third
on the
one
third
is.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get.
But you
past
have
this
to
first.
make it there.
Right.
okay, here's my strength save. 21. 25.
Once again, Avisa attempts.
I think you should just leave me to die. I shouldn't have been brought here. I couldn't even blow the whistle. Sorry.
Oh my god!
I'm
You're
just-
able to pull her back up as she says this, hands over her head, defeated.
Yeah, I put both my hands on her shoulders so she's facing me. You could do this. You want? It's not a problem. You have to just
Please,
forcefully
Virgo,
grab.
please don't look me in the eye.
Okay. At that point, I just take. I'm worried that I'm messing up the.
I just don't want to get. I don't want to get any sweatier than I already am. Do you mind? And I'm just gonna take my hands and wipe them off on your arm.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I've got my
That's
hands
it.
like this after having them, and then you just go like that. Oh yes,
Perfect.
sure, okay, great.
Are you sure I should try again? Do you want to? I could just sit over here and wait till y'all get back.
No, you have. If you can't hold me if I.
Somebody's got to watch the goats. I mean,
The goats are fine. The goats are all.
Okay.
I like turn back to the goats, and they're all just staring there, chewing cud, staring straight at us.
okay.
It occurs to you, Virgo, Avisa is light enough that taking a small penalty to your rolls, you could potentially climb across with her tied to you. But I'm assuming you want her to do this so she learns.
Yeah. This is a learning thing. She's the. Yeah, we'll
I'll try.
try
I
one
got
more
it.
go. We'll try one more go.
Yeah, one more go. Here we go.
This is it.
Thumbs up.
It's a success, right?
We like it.
Yes!
Yes.
I did it.
With your dry hands, you are able to get over to the middle peg. This is the one that, you have to skip across one that's fallen out of the wall and then make it to the other side.
Right. Roll again.
Okay, so no, before Vesper, can throw her a rope. And she's go. Don't listen to this, Avisa. She's not going to make it, Vesper. You need the rope.
Unfortunately, I can hear you.
You're doing great, Vesper. Just please.
Sorry, I can reattach this.
Yeah, you can take, do you have a rope in your bag?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have a rope that's 50 feet, you could just toss it to her.
Yeah, that might be for the best. Yeah, I'll loop something out. It's just like, yes, you have to consider.
Yes, it's the age-old story of everyone needs a hand, Vesper. Shut up and
Yep.
throw her the rope. She's going to fall.
Sure enough, Avisa, you do feel your slick fingers begin to slip.
She's slipping.
This reminds me of a poem.
Vesper, no, the rope. We can
think a
recite
bird
the
can
poem
get me?
after.
It's a poem about ropes. That's what makes it so appropriate.
Virgo, if I fall,
Throw
can
the
you
damn
call your
rope.
bird girlfriend?
I
I get
didn't
it set
fuck
up.
a bird. Catch the rope.
I get it set up and toss up.
Give me a sleight of hand check, Avisa.
I would like.
Horror's down in the chasm, and you
Yes.
yelled, "I didn't fuck a bird," but the only bits that reach us are "fuck a bird" really loudly.
Yeah.
You go, "Fuck a
Yeah.
bird,"
Still
like
on it.
echoing from the top.
Yeah.
He just goes, "I knew it."
Yes.
Do I catch the rope?
Just as Avisa grabs the rope, you are able to pull her up. Down in the chasm after hearing fuck a bird, Lily giggles to Horo and says, he's still thinking about that. Isn't that so funny? Look, I made you something.
I forgot to ask: is there a way up to the other side, or are we just in the chasm?
No, you can actually walk alongside the river. Around
Yeah,
you, like, or
other
next
side
to you,
to it.
the river is roaring, and the water is, like, almost white. It's crashing against the rocks. There is, like, a small path, like, right next to the river that leads to where you think the path kind of goes
Oh,
down
so we're just
and meets
meandering
the
along.
banks. Yeah. And you see her, like, fumbling with something in her pocket. She's like, "Oh, that's so funny. Something about I made you something." Um,
Made me something.
I I did.
By the stars, what is it?
Um, it's just I just whipped it up like in like 5 minutes. It didn't even take me any time. And she hands you a necklace that has 1d4 plus 2 magic beads. Each one is made
Wow.
from a different gemstone, and each like is a star such that when it hangs around your neck, it forms a constellation.
Woo.
This is a magic item. Every single time you want to use one of the beads, it allows you to cast a spell as a bonus action, and you roll a d20 to determine what that spell is.
Okay.
Oh,
You made this? It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was nothing. It was so easy to
so
make
hold on,
it.
and
As-
I'm actually down at the bottom with like near them, right?
Yeah, you're like coming down from like the switchback that you've crossed
Yeah.
over on, and they're like here at the bottom.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say I actually saw Celasta trying to make one of those, and she couldn't do it. I mean, did you just pick up the stuff that she left on the table and then succeed where she failed?
You see this look of pure love emanate from her as she looks at you, Vesper. And she's like, "Oh, you know, I didn't want the spell components to go to waste. You know, they're so hard to come by out here."
I don't even think she went to school for it. I mean, to be perfectly honest.
She's an illiterate harlot.
Well, and I give the international sign for you're at 10 and I need you to be at 4.
Uh, I don't think she has the benefits of a private school education like some of us, Vesper. She probably doesn't even know the tale of Sir Beauregard.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. I tried to inform her some of its finer points. And then Avisa is.
Coming
I
up
assume
behind them.
Is she on the third
Am I
one now?
still on the rope?
No,
yeah,
you got pulled up to the
No, but like, am I still attached to the rope, like following behind
Yes.
Vesper like a dog?
So Vesper's walking towards us, and you're just getting dragged in the dirt.
just increasingly moist.
Never even heard of Beauregard. I would love to learn though, Vesper. Yeah, but
Oh, you
well,
fucked up now.
I'm
I
so
got the book with
Virgo.
me.
Do you
Oh.
just fly across since you're an Asimar?
If you'll allow that, yeah, I was gonna use like some
Of
javelins.
course.
Okay.
You have wings.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I assumed you didn't do it out of the gate because you wanted them to learn the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not a show off. So yeah,
You
I think
spread your wings.
Yeah, if someone's paying attention, it doesn't sound like they are. They're all worried about Lily. There's like this very weird scene after they're all done talking where there's a majestic like wing spreadage occurring, and then it shows me kind of just making my way across the chasm, and then the wings fold back in, and I just nonchalantly pick up the ropes that were left there by Vesper, and make my way down.
Aura
to
doesn't
the,
see it at all.
Yeah, I don't think any. I don't make
any of your majesty.
There's nothing grandiose about it.
He holds the necklace up to catch the light, and he looks towards Lily, and perhaps he sees something that wasn't there before.
Is that to me?
It requires attunement. So.
Oh, right. Yes, the necklace. Attunement. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, you
I shall
found
attune.
some. What is this? What did you find? You have to denote everything you find on a mission. Everyone knows that.
We didn't find anything. It was a gift.
Yeah.
Well,
But if you must know, look at it. It's fabulous.
I take it. What do I'm just seeing a necklace.
Yeah, you see a necklace formed of like different gemstones that are shaped like stars, and each of them hang at different lengths so that it forms a constellation when worn.
Okay,
One of
well,
the stars can be plucked and thrown on a bonus action, and it's like it gives off a spell.
Mm-hmm.
I hand it back. Well,
Isn't it sublime?
there's just dead look in my eyes. But you see me pull out a piece of parchment. One necklace. You can use that on the mission, but society rules. We must denote any treasure is found. Put it
I
back
mean,
in my
it
pocket.
wasn't found. I made it, but you know,
I mean, I wasn't here. How do I know you're not lying?
Vesper. This is why we told you shouldn't tell him anything. He works for the man.
Well, yeah, I mean that goes without saying. No, I saw her. I saw her make this. This is not. You don't need to. We don't need this kind of top down. You know what I mean? Like out in the field. I saw her make it. It's fine. It doesn't. Maybe if you could erase that, or however you want to do it is fine.
Silas?
Sorry, you guys took so long that I'm lying down taking a nap.
I just look over and you got like a snot bubble for me.
No, Silas is dead.
He's sound asleep.
Oh no, we took so long to do this rudimentary task. The last of his life force has been expended.
I take the parchment. Okay, if you made it, I put a line through it. Very well.
And you're all here.
Yeah.
Yes, even Visa made it, and I give it an endearing clap. First time.
Are you still tied up by rope?
I fell a few times. I'm a little nervous to take the rope off. What if there's another jump?
I'm legitimately worried what'll happen to her on stable ground. So this is just a precaution. For now, it's temporary. And if we're able to get a couple 100 yards without problems, we're gonna take it off.
So you're maintaining the leash.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And it's just out of an abundance of concern. I'm sure it's fine, but I saw some things on that rock face that were disturbing. And damp.
That damp would be a good, disturbing.
Right? Yeah. Well,
What
it
if
has
we
to do
just,
with the
like,
level.
tied it around your arms and then a bow in the back like they do for toddlers at crowded public events?
Oh, like a leash?
Yeah. I mean, there's no shame in it. My nephew has one that looks like a little monkey, and he wears it at the fair so that he doesn't get lost.
Listen, I'm a capable young adult. I'll jump off a cliff if I want to, and you won't have to worry about this anymore. I can swim through this water if I needed to.
Avisa, this cycle of saloon, the Luna squares off with the Phoenix and Suna. It makes it challenging to speak what's in our minds and hearts.
I feel like nobody here understands like science.
Although we really
just,
want
like,
to be vulnerable,
stars
we can
and
come
God.
off combative and defensive.
Yeah.
You know?
God, you
So-
sound just like my mom's therapist.
Think
Wait,
I-
how far is water?
Pause.
Can I splash
Just
some on my
pause.
face? Do you mind if I?
Yes,
Vesper,
yes.
could you lengthen the rope a bit?
You've
Yes,
come down the
absolutely.
switchback and you do find yourself at the banks of this rushing river.
I would love to splash some water on my face. It's not wet enough.
You do, and you feel instantly refreshed.
Oh, thank God.
I lower my level to Silas if he's actually asleep. Silas, wake up. We gotta go.
Hey, day. Oh God.
You fell asleep.
It's a miracle.
Sorry, you guys were taking so long. I fell asleep. I'm good now. I'm good.
We're okay. Let's stand back up.
So we just crossed this river and we're like an hour away.
Very well.
That's it.
You all gather before venturing forth into what remains of this like gorge that's left ahead of you. You know, eventually the charging of the river will give way to a more languid, leisurely jaunt. before it eventually stretches out its fingers and creates the flooded mangrove forest that holds your destination.
Nice.
As you gather to move forward, do you want to take a short rest here or anything, or do you want to just charge on?
I don't. Speaking out of character,
Silas.
do we need a break?
Yeah.
Do we need a short rest? I should say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think we
I'm
do.
still pretty good.
It might be a good OOC short rest.
Yeah. No,
No,
I
Yes,
think break time
yes,
is
that's what
great.
I meant.
Okay. So I think we just start trekking down. There's no short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, this is we can do a fade.
As you begin trekking down and the sun kind of reaches its zenith and begins its descent towards late afternoon, that will be where we take our first break. Thank you so much for watching Slayer Society. We'll be right back. I've been having so much fun with this one shot, and I hope you have been too.